What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Brock Lesnar WWE plans leaked, the Bloodline Saga is far from over, major creative issues at SummerSlam, Vince McMahon involved in SummerSlam creative, Rhea Ripley wants to wrestle Edge, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at Brock Lesnar WWE plans leaked. Now, our top story today takes a look at when Brock Lesnar could be appearing on WWE television. The former multi-time WWE champion brought his feud with Cody Rhodes to a dramatic close at the weekend, and it looked like, based on Lesnar's unscripted embrace of Rhodes, that Lesnar will be reverting to a babyface. When it comes to when Lesnar will be returning to WWE television, it looks like Lesnar is going to be part of the Fastlane Premium Live event in October. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Lesnar is currently advertised for the event. He's advertised for Fastlane. I'm not sure if that's when he returns. He's going to be gone for a little while, is what I was told. WWE look to be stacking the Fastlane event as they need all the star power they can get for the next few shows. It's been widely reported that reigning undisputed champion Roman Reigns is once again taking a leave of absence from WWE, and he's unlikely to appear at the next few premium live events, possibly until Survivor Series. It's unclear who exactly Lesnar will be feuding with when he returns to WWE programming, but there are some great heels on Raw which would make logical options, with names such as Gunther, Bronson Reed, and even Finn Balor all being exciting possibilities. Who would you guys like to see Lesnar feud with when he returns to television? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the Bloodline Saga is far from over. Following the Roman Reigns vs Jey Uso main event at SummerSlam, fans were curious to see if the Bloodline Saga would go in a new direction. Jey vs Jimmy Uso seems to be the new top feud on SmackDown, whilst Reigns will be taking a leave of absence. Reigns' advocate, the wise man Paul Heyman, discussed if the Bloodline story is coming to an end during the post-SummerSlam press conference, but this is what he had to say. Bottom of the third, we're just figuring this stuff out. We haven't even hit our stride yet. If you want to take the arrogant approach, I'm sure Paul Levesque will tell you all the box office records that have been smashed. Okay, we can sit there and point to what clearly drove all this, and it's the Bloodline. And when I say the Bloodline, I mean the tribal chief Roman Reigns. We're just figuring this out. There's so much more to learn. There's so much more for us to grasp. There's so much more for us to master. It's a craft, and it's an evolving craft. It's an ever-evolving form of entertainment, and if you sit there and you think, we got this is it, we're cruising to WrestleMania, we're going to be replaced, and we should be. That's what Roman Reigns wants to be and is determined to be. That's the only reason why I agreed to have life after Lesnar. How could I ever top the run I had with Lesnar? Roman Reigns, because he's that ambitious, because he wants it that badly. What inning are we in? Bottom of the third? Wait until you see what we have in the fourth. Next up, major creative issues at SummerSlam. One of the most anticipated matches at SummerSlam was the MMA rules match between Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Unfortunately, the match failed to deliver, as the match was met with a lukewarm crowd that were less enthusiastic about the style of matchup. There was even a video of a drove of people walking out to use a bathroom during Ronda Rousey's entrance. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, there were also creative issues between the duo and WWE creative when it came to how the match should be booked. Ronda and Shayna wasn't the best match. There were issues between WWE creative and them as far as how it was going to go. And you don't have knockdowns in an MMA fight and you do 10 counts or whatever, but it's like you have some people stuck in one mentality of combat and others in another, and I think that kind of hurt that. Rousey is believed to be finishing up with WWE, but it's unclear if the SummerSlam match with Baszler was a final match of this respective run. What did you guys make of the MMA rules match? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE sponsor high on LA Knight. WWE finally pulled the trigger and allowed LA Knight to secure a huge win at SummerSlam. Knight would win the Slim Jim Battle Royal, and although there was nothing at stake in the match, the crowd reacted as if this was a Royal Rumble, which goes to show just how unbelievably over LA Knight is. According to Fightful Select, Slim Jim are ecstatic to be working with LA Knight, as LA Knight along with Bianca Belair star in the new WWE and Slim Jim commercial. A contact at Slim Jim that we spoke to said they were ecstatic to have LA Knight involved and also requested Bianca Belair. Hopefully this enthusiasm from Slim Jim convinces WWE to keep the hype train rolling and will eventually see LA Knight pushed up to the card over SmackDown. Next up, Vince McMahon involved in SummerSlam creative. Despite Vince McMahon being away from WWE due to his spinal surgery, he did ultimately have the final say when it came to the creative decisions for SummerSlam. According to Fightful Select, McMahon was strongly involved in the final say aspects of the creative before he underwent surgery. This seems to contradict Triple H's claim that McMahon isn't involved to the day-to-day creative in WWE. However, he appears to say something similar every time he's asked about McMahon's involvement, so this is likely a default corporate answer from the game. Next up, when did WWE decide Io Sky would cash in? One of the highlights of SummerSlam this past weekend was Io Sky cashing in. Sky would cash in on Bianca Belair to become the new women's champion, giving Sky her first singles women's title reign on the main roster. A new report from Fightful Select has offered some insight as to when WWE decided to have her cash in. According to the report, it wasn't a last-minute decision for Sky to cash in at SummerSlam, so this likely means that Triple H always had the creative vision for Sky to successfully cash in. Some fans were expecting Sky to become the first woman to fail her cash in, but thankfully that didn't happen. There's no news of yet in relation to who Sky's gonna feud with, but a feud with Asuka is a certified dream feud and would be a surefire way to generate some much needed buzz around the women's division in WWE. Next up, SummerSlam 2023 Shatters records. This year's edition of SummerSlam is in the rearview mirror, and today WWE announced some record-breaking achievements coming out the show. In the official press release, WWE stated, SummerSlam, which emanated from Ford Field in Detroit, became the most watched and highest-grossing SummerSlam in company history. The premium live event set new records for viewership, gate sponsorship, and merchandise. With 59,194 in attendance in the Motor City, SummerSlam generated a record gate of $8.5 million, the largest gate for any non-WrestleMania event. It was the most watched SummerSlam in company history and among the top 3 audiences in the history of WWE on Peacock. Congrats to WWE on their major success. Next up, the real reason behind recent WWE change. It was reported over the weekend that WWE are rearranging their commentary teams. Raw as of tonight will be called by Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. In relation to SmackDown, the show will be called by Cole, Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. In relation to why WWE made these changes, according to PW Insider, part of the reason for the changes were requests made by Endeavor and WWE's broadcast partners to have Cole as the face of the product going forward. In relation to Patrick, despite fans being critical of his commentary skills, Patrick is said to be extremely well liked within WWE, but there's a belief that he needs more seasoning. Cole is going to be an extremely busy man, but he is without a doubt the best play-by-play commentator in WWE currently, so it's completely understandable why WWE have made this decision. And finally, Rhea Ripley wants to wrestle Edge. Our final story today takes a look at an interesting tweet from reigning women's champion Rhea Ripley. Ripley replied to a fan account on Twitter asking who should face WWE Hall of Famer Edge in his final feud. Ripley simply stated, "Me." Ripley has been teasing Wrestling a Man for some time now, and a feud between Ripley and the Rated R superstar would be very interesting. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.